The animal kingdom is a museum of weird creatures that look adorable until you learn what they actually do, and creatures that look terrifying but secretly keep the entire ecosystem from collapsing. Today, in Weird Animal Facts, we are looking into 6 animals that will make you rethink evolution, biology, and maybe your own life choices. Let's start with an icon of sleep, confusion, and biological chaos. Koala. Koalas look like plush toys designed by someone who stopped halfway through reading the instruction manual. They sleep up to 20 hours a day because they chose one of the worst foods in existence, eucalyptus leaves. Toxic, low energy, barely nutritious. Their guts are slow, their metabolism is minimal, and their brain has shrunk to about 60% of what their ancestors had. The surface folds are so reduced that it looks like an unfinished 3D model. They also cannot recognize eucalyptus leaves unless they are still attached to the tree. Put fresh leaves in a bowl and a koala might starve next to its own dinner because it does not understand the situation. Baby koalas get even stranger. Before they can digest eucalyptus, they need the right gut bacteria, so the mother feeds them a fermented paste called pap. Basically, pre-digested poop filled with microbes. Without it, they die. Despite their sleepy vibe, koalas can sprint at around 20 miles per hour and are absolutely capable of biting. And while people still call them koala bears, they share about as much with bears as staplers do with toasters. What they do share with humans? Fingerprints so similar to ours that they could mess up a crime scene. From an animal too tired to understand its own food, we move to one built for a climate it no longer lives in. Camel. Camels look like desert specialists, but their bodies were shaped by Ice Age winters in North America. Their broad, padded feet act like snowshoes. Their thick coat insulates against both heat and cold. And their famous humps are not water storage, just pure fat portable energy packs attached to their spine. They can drink 100 liters of water in one session, and within minutes their blood chemistry adjusts so they do not essentially explode from overhydration. They tolerate heat that kills most mammals and cold that belongs in hushed British documentaries. Camels also have a surprisingly carnivorous streak. When food is scarce, they will chew bones, eat fish, and swallow thorn-covered plants without flinching. Their bite force is strong enough to break bone. Gentle herbivores? Not exactly. More like tough negotiators who prefer plants when the buffet is open. After millions of years in the Americas, camels migrated into Asia and Africa, adapted to deserts, and then went extinct in their homeland. So the animal most associated with sand owes its entire survival toolkit to snow. And speaking of transformation, let's talk about an animal that becomes liquid on purpose. Butterfly. Butterflies look delicate, but their biology reads like experimental sci-fi. Caterpillars come equipped with around 4,000 muscles. Humans have about 600. When they enter the chrysalis, they do not grow wings, they dissolve into a nutrient-rich soup, breaking down most of their tissues and rebuilding themselves from scratch. Here is the wild part. Caterpillars keep memories after metamorphosis. If a caterpillar learns to associate a smell with discomfort, the adult butterfly still avoids that smell. Imagine turning into liquid and still remembering your childhood homework. Butterflies also do not live on nectar alone. Many species drink sweat, tears, mud, urine, or even blood because flowers cannot provide certain minerals. Harvester caterpillars hunt and eat aphids, making them some of the only carnivorous caterpillars that grow up to look beautiful. Monarch butterflies migrate up to 3,000 miles, with multiple generations completing different legs like a relay team. Some species are brightly colored because they are poisonous. Others mimic those poisonous species to trick predators. Beauty as biochemical warfare. From wings and camouflage, we drop directly into dinosaur territory. Tiny, loud dinosaur territory. Chicken. Chickens are tiny dinosaurs in denial. Their posture, their legs, their skull proportions. Everything whispers ancient reptile ancestry. Some breeds like the Ayam Cemani take this ancestry to extremes. They are black inside and out, down to their bones, because of a genetic condition called fibromelanosis. Since they have no teeth, chickens swallow small stones called grit to grind food in their gizzard. It works so well they can digest seeds, insects, lizards, and even snakes. Their intelligence is constantly underestimated. Chickens can remember over 100 faces, solve simple problems, anticipate future events, and even deceive each other when it benefits them. They build social hierarchies and show empathy for distressed members of their group. And then come the quirks. Draw a line in front of a chicken's beak and hold its head down. It may enter a trance-like state called tonic immobility. Roosters crow so loudly that they temporarily deafen themselves to protect their hearing. And if a hen's ovary is damaged, her body may produce male hormones, giving her the appearance and behavior of a rooster while remaining genetically female. Ironically, chickens provide more clues about dinosaur locomotion than many fossils ever could. Now we move to a creature that is basically a living biological loophole. Sea cucumber. Sea cucumbers look like slow-moving sausages that made questionable life choices. They have no brain, no face, and no advanced senses. They crawl along the ocean floor, scooping sand and debris into their mouths and absorbing whatever nutrients stick. But things get truly weird at the other end. Sea cucumbers breathe through their cloaca. They draw water in through their backside, extract oxygen, and pump it back out. The same opening handles respiration, waste, and their most dramatic defense, expelling internal organs. When threatened, they eject sticky or toxic tissues to confuse predators. The organs later regenerate, making the sea cucumber a self-resetting creature. Certain pearlfish even live inside a sea cucumber's cloaca like unwanted tenants. Some sea cucumbers evolved tiny anal teeth to keep them out, not for chewing, just for security. Their bodies can also partially liquefy, letting them squeeze through tiny gaps. Minimalist design, maximum survival. Next, an animal that looks grim but behaves like a sanitation superhero. Vulture. Vultures look ominous, but they are among the cleanest and most essential animals in any ecosystem. Their bald heads prevent rotting flesh from sticking as they feed inside carcasses. Their stomach acid is close to pH 1 and destroys pathogens like rabies, anthrax, and cholera. Bearded vultures eat mostly bones. They carry big bones into the sky, drop them onto rocks, and eat the shattered pieces. Their stomach breaks down bone in under 24 hours, turning something nearly indigestible into pure energy. Turkey vultures defend themselves by projectile vomiting. It can reach 10 feet and smells bad enough to end any argument instantly. Their ecological importance is enormous. When vulture populations in India collapsed in the early 2000s, disease outbreaks surged. Over 500,000 human deaths were indirectly linked to the loss of vultures. When they disappear, the world gets dirtier, sicker, and much more dangerous. They even cool and disinfect their legs by urinating on them. Not elegant, extremely effective. The more we learn about these creatures, the more it feels like evolution has a sense of humor. Stay curious, keep exploring, and I will see you in the next video. And hey, do not forget to subscribe.